Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Talks Trading. My name is Sky and I am on a quest to invest, and today we are talking about NIO. We're going to be talking about some news updates, some price action. I think it's fair to say that shares of the Chinese electric vehicle giant NIO have slowed down a fair bit in the past 3 months, and that's okay. It's just a correction. It's a correction in the electric vehicle sector in general and also in Chinese stocks. So obviously it has impacted NIO stock, which shed 44% of its value in the past 3 months. So that means it's a great time to buy the dip, because I truly believe that NIO is not a short-term trade. It is long-term for sure. I want you to close your eyes and imagine it's 1997. I was 7 years old. I don't know what age you were. And you just bought Amazon. Now fast forward to present day, and you are now a millionaire. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that this stock could be like buying Amazon in 1997. I mean, NIO's growth story in the past year has been nothing short of amazing. Its top and bottom line grew by 173% and 30% respectively in 2020. A lot of that was because of its amazing showing in the fourth quarter, benefiting from the reopening of the Chinese economy. And, everything looks to be in place for it to have an even better 2021. Its first quarter results show that, where revenues have risen by an unbelievable 482% year over year, and analysts' price targets for NIO stock are more than 72% higher than its current price. NIO is really showing great strength financially. Margins have increased on some higher ASPs and net loss has shrunk significantly. Key developments within European expansion through Norway and increased offerings in power and services provide more value to customers and help generate consistent monthly revenue streams through subscriptions. Deliveries for all its models, including the ES8, the ES6s and the EC6s, improved significantly. So yeah, like I mentioned, in its fourth quarter earnings call, the manufacturer teased its European expansion plans, specifically Norway. NIO Norway, has a nice ring to it, is expected to be the first step in the company's plans for global domination. Once it solidifies its position in the country, it will add more locations in Europe and then progress towards North America. That is very exciting. I think maybe one of the most promising elements of NIO's growth story is its power segment. It mainly offers a power service system with chargeable, swappable, and upgradable batteries, which is really huge. Its power network is expanding with every passing quarter, and at the moment stands at over 200 swap stations and 142 supercharging stations, which is very impressive. As well as that, the company recently unveiled its Power North plan, which is another absolute game changer in the industry. So to quote the plan, in 3 years, it will deploy a total of 100 power swap stations, 120 power mobiles, 500 power charger stations with over 2,000 power chargers and over 10,000 destination chargers in 8 provinces and autonomous regions. Also, a fun little fact, NIO just passed the 2 billion kilometer mark for NIO drivers. Also, NIO's first ET7 from validation build rolls offline. NIO announced the news on Tuesday, calling it another important point in the ET7's manufacturing and an important event in the validation build phase. In other news, NIO signs a long-term strategic co-op deal with China's leading tourism group. So they signed a strategic cooperation agreement with Fosun Tourism Group, in which the two companies will start long-term cooperation in areas including tourism, product services, new energy system construction, and vehicle procurement. According to the agreement, Fosun and NIO will share resources in tourism products and promotion through online digital platforms and offline activities to serve more users. And then on April 15th, actually, NIO signed a strategic partnership agreement with fossil fuel giant Sinopec and opened its first second-generation battery swap station at one of the latter's gas stations in Beijing. Also, more good news, NIO's lifestyle brand opens flagship store on Alibaba's Tmall. A lot of people just think of it as an electric car company, but in actual fact, it also has big ambitions in the lifestyle products sector. Yeah, they actually have a lifestyle brand called NIO NIO Life. It was founded in 2018, and it's an important means for NIO to build relationships with users beyond the car, which I think is great. NIO Life has helped NIO increase user loyalty and enhance users' identification with the brand. For example, in the Blue Sky Lab project, NIO Life recruited 10 user designers from jewelry, clothing, architecture, products, and other fields. So Li Bin has a vision that includes being the most autonomous driving platform. And it definitely could be a reality because NIO has 2 of the top 3 experts in autonomous driving. Research Ren Shakuing, which is number 1 in the world, and Zhang Jianyong, which is number 3 in the world. They both work for NIO. Also, more smart money has moved into NIO as U.S. investment bank boosts holdings. New York Mellon Corporation's U.S. investment bank has increased its holding in NIO by 18.6%. Bank of New York Mellon held 3.29 million shares of NIO at the end of March quarter, up from 2.782 million shares that it held at the end of the fourth quarter in 2020. My opinion, which by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, this is just for entertainment purposes only, I think that NIO will trade up and down and in a range between $32 and $40 until, late August, and then things will really get going. The chip shortage will dwindle. It's already coming to an end. It'll be 1 month before selling cars in Norway. More swapping stations and high-speed stations will be installed. Much of the new factory will be nearing completion. Orders for the ET7 will be way up, and the listing on the Chinese exchanges will hopefully be becoming a reality. Margins for the second quarter along with earnings will be released. More presence of NIO connections with Alibaba selling goods will be present, and their e-commerce will start sending money to NIO, as well as more of the autonomous driving subscriptions will be sold, increasing monthly revenue, and also tech will not have such an evil name put on it. I think it could definitely see $60. I mean, based on 10 analysts offering 12-month price targets for NIO in the last 3 months, average price target is $60.04, with a high forecast of $81 and a low forecast of $38, which I think is a little too low. I know people want answers to why NIO keeps falling. And, I think there's 5 things to really take into consideration to highlight NIO's struggle and their decline in share price over the last few months. You've got the semiconductor shortages. Obviously, that's a huge one. You've got inflation fears, also transition from growth to value, also market conditions incorrect. We're in an overall correction. And also negative news on the EV companies sector. It's frustrating, but I would take it as a fantastic buying opportunity in the low 30s, and if it dips into the 20s, even better. If NIO can ramp up production in Q3, 4, and with their Norway and European expansion if it's successful, they could potentially deliver anywhere between 85,000 and 100,000 vehicles in 2021 alone. That's despite the semiconductor shortages and the whole global pandemic. So yeah, I think short term, the market is just being affected by inflation fears, also the correction. And I think this correction will end, in June, July time, which isn't far off now. NIO isn't one of those stocks that will make you rich overnight. It's a long-term play, so you have to be patient. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. And what's my catchphrase? Hang on. I have a new catchphrase. I just forgot it. And remember, guys, if you want to go to the moon, you gotta look to the sky first.